Good morning, friends. My name is M. Suresh, Associate Professor, Rajakrishna Sai Prakashan Group of Institutes, Ongola Prakash. Today we can discuss about the topic on electrical emissions 2 for electrical students in second year level, three-phase induction motors. The induction motor is nothing but the conversion of the electrical to mechanical energy. The unit 1 containing the what is the construction details of the squirrel gauge, one rotor and machines, how to produce the product of the rotating magnetic field, what is the principle of operation, what is the rotor EMF, rotor frequency, rotor current, power factor at different conditions, standstill, during the running condition, and what is the rotor power input, rotor copper losses, and the mechanical power developed in the rotor and their internship. So simply, what is the equivalent circuit of the induction motor and phasor diagram in this first unit content. So go to the intersection point of view. The motor containing the conversion of the electrical to mechanical. Okay, it treated as a you can give the three-phase power to the motor, and it given it is a point of the three-phase induction motor. Okay, we can go to the motor. We can give the DC supply. It is named as DC motor. And the classification point of the DC motors, shunt motor, series motor, and compound motor. But simply DC shunt motor, DC series motor, DC compound motor. But every motor in the DC point of view, either shunt motor or series motor or the compound motor, it is called the DC motor, DC motor, DC motor. But in AC motor point of view, we can give the AC supply voltage in the three-phase power, okay, but it's named as a AC motor, okay, but sometime the most of 90% are near to the 100%. It is named as the AC motor, named as the induction motor. So why it is called the induction motor? The name is induction. The name is induction. The means it is the means, okay. It is given the AC supply to the motor. It produces the it produces the rotating magnetic field in the stator. That is the main parts of the induction motor, stator and rotor. So when you're given the AC supply to the stator, okay, the stator containing the we can wound with the we can wound with the in star connection or delta connection, in the star connection or delta connection. So due to the current in the stator winding, it produces the magnetic field. So simply, say if any conductor it pass the current in the conductor, it produces the field. It produces the field. The produce the field is much but magnetic field. Produce the field much but magnetic field. Okay, that magnetic field it is the rotating in the stator. The stator nothing but stationary part, not the rotating part. But it produces the rotating magnetic field. It touch with the rotor conductors. It contains the rotor conductor. Okay, the rotor is not but rotating part of the motor. Rotating part of the motor. So that's point of view. That's point of view. We can observe the So what is the rotating of the magnetic field? It put into the stator. The consider rotor conductors are called rotor copper bars. The rotor contain the either winding or either copper bars. So the end rings are saturated in the rotor point of view. The corresponding it is like as a one circuit. It is the rotor circuit. Okay. Due to the cutting of the rotor conductors of the magnetic field produced in the stator. The magnetic field is in the stator point of view. We can stator point of view. Okay, so it produces the rotor bars or rotor conductors or rotor winding. It produces the EMF is induced. It is the induced in the rotor only. In the rotor only. So whenever EMF is induced in the rotor only, rotor. Okay, so that is the rotor point of view, like as a squirrel cage type induction motor, like as squirrel end rings are circuited. Therefore the current is passed in the rotor conductors. It produces the magnetic field. It is opposes the main field. Then the torque it produces in the rotor. Then it is a rotation. It is a rotation. So in the rotation of the rotor, based on the what is the EMF developed, induced EMF is developed in the rotor. That's why it is called the induction motor. That's why it is called the induction motor. So that is the main principle of the what is the principle of the transformer. The same principle of the induction motor also. In transformer, it is a static devices to transform the power one circuit to another circuit without changing the frequency, without changing the frequency at a different voltage levels, at different voltage levels point of view, at different voltage levels point of view. So that point of view, okay, and induction motor is also called known as the rotating transformer. Rotating transformer. Okay, in transformer point of view, primary and secondary both are separated but magnetically coupled to each other, the same as induction motor. Why it is called the rotating transformer? That means the stator is the stationary but rotor is the rotating. But the rotor, okay, it rotor, it produces the EMF. The rotor conductor produces the EMF. That's why it is called the induction motor. Okay, nowadays it is the most commonly used and frequently counter in the mission in industrial purpose. We are using the industrial purpose of the most point of view because of the simple designing, ruggedness, low price, easy maintenance instead of the DC motors point of view. Okay, compare with the rotor mode, DC motors point of view. The induction motor is the maintenance of the very easily. Why it is called the maintenance of very easily of the induction motor compared the DC motor? The DC motor we can give a supply to the rotating part only through brushes, commuters and armature. The armature nothing but rotating part, rotating part. So that point of view, okay. So that is point. We can recover the maintenance the brush point of view, commutator point of view. So that point of view, compare with the DC motors, induction motor is a easily maintenance and low price and simple design point of view. And it is a wide range of this range point of view. We are using the fractional horsepower and 10 megawatts and run essentially as a constant speed from the 0 to full load speed. And speed is speed is the power sources frequency depending, not easy to have the variable speed control. Require the variable frequency power devices are for the optimal speed control. That is the intersection of the induction motor. So what is the advantage and what is the disadvantage of the induction motor? The advantage of induction motor is it is a very simple and extremely rigorous, almost unbreakable construction point of view, especially squirrel cage induction motor. So induction motor is classified into two types. So based on the construction point of view, squirrel cage induction motor and slip ring induction motor. Okay, so that is the slip ring squirrel cage induction motor is the unbreakable construction point of view. Okay, and it contains the low cost. Okay, and it contains low cost and with reliability, very reliability. It has a sufficiently high frequency in a normal running conditions. Okay, because of the high frequency, high efficiency, high frequency, because of the no brushes are needed. Brushes there is no like there is no and friction losses are reduces. It has the reasonably good power factor. It is a brainwally good power factor. It requires the minimum maintenance required. The minimum required. Okay. Okay. It starts up from the rest and need no external starting motor and has no to be synchronized. Start arrangement is simple, especially especially for the square induction. So coming to the disadvantage, its speed cannot be varied without sacrificing the sum of its efficiency. Okay, so that point of view, this point is nothing but the we can increase the efficiency of the induction motor. We can increase the efficiency of this induction motor. We can sacrifice the okay some speed, spun speed. We can sacrifice. We can keep in mind if I increase the efficiency point of view, we can reduce the speed point of view. The second point of view, just like as a DC shunt motor, its speed decreases with the increase the load point of view. So that point of view, in shunt motor, if we increase the load, we can increase the load point of view, the speed is decreases. The same drawback is there in the induction motor also. If we increase the load point of view, the speed also decreases. And its starting torque is somewhat inferior to that of the DC shunt motor. The torque is nothing but it is the main point of the induction motor. The torque is produced in the different levels. So, like as a starting at running condition, at a maximum condition. So that point of view, that is the main key role in the induction motor. That is the difference. The construction point of view, so I'm also told it is the main two parts is there, stator and the rotor. So you can observe the figure, it is the stator point of view. Okay. So that is a it is a stationary point of view. It consists of the steel frame supporting a hollow cylindrical core. Okay. The construction of the striked lamination. So it is striked lamination. We can reduce the losses point of view. Having a number of evenly spaced slots providing the spaces for the stator winding. So we are keep the stator winding in the point. Okay, and revolving the rotor. That is the second part is the rotating part. That is the rotor. Okay, so it is laminated. You can reduce the eddy current losses. Okay, two of the rotor winding. Okay, the conventional three-phase winding is made of the insulated one type. Okay, and aluminum brush bars are sorted together end of the aluminum rings in the slippery water. Okay, the two types of the based on the rotor design, two types of the induction motors are there. Rotor is there, that is squirrel cage and the slippery induction motor, that is like as a pond rotor. So construction point of view, you can observe the figure. It is the squirrel cage induction motor. It is the slip ring induction motor. That is the wound rotor. Okay, we are keep the slip rings are there on the slot, on the shaft. We can trace it. That is the what is the comparison? What is the figures we can observe the squirrel cage and the slip ring induction motor. So that is the construction point of the slip ring induction motor, slip ring induction motor. It is the cut view of the what is the slip ring induction motor, slip ring induction motor. So you can observe the brushes there and slip rings are there. That is the point of the and squirrel cage induction motor rotor point of view. Okay, and one rotor point of view, that is the there. Okay, so we can observe the rotating magnetic field is produced in the stator. In the stator we can give the three phase power supply in the stator. So three phase the stator containing the three phase winding, 120 degrees phase shift, phase A, phase B, phase C. Okay, we can observe the phase A voltage equal to VR, and VR we can say it is nothing but the Vm sin omega t, and the phase Y voltage R by B we can take it. So Vy equal to Vm sin omega t minus 120 degrees, and the phase B voltage Vb equal to Vm sin of omega t minus 240. So each phase containing 120 degree phase shift. And when you are given the supply to the stator winding, it produces the it current is passed to the three phase power. Three phase power is going to the winding and it produces the magnetic field. This magnetic field is a constant and it is a rotating. It rotating some speed. It is called the synchronous speed. The synchronous speed in the definition, it is the nothing but 120 F by P, where F is the supply voltage and what is the P is the number of poles in the stator, number of poles in the stator. So it is the synchronous speed. The synchronous speed is depending upon the if you changes the supply frequency, if you changes the number of poles in the stator, not the rotor point of view. So that is the so when I given the supply to the stator, the current is passed to the stator winding. It produces the magnetic field. That magnetic field is nothing but rotating magnetic field. It is a rotating magnetic field. It rotates at the synchronous speed ns. The synchronous speed is depending upon the what is the supply frequency, what is the number of poles in the stator. That is called the rotating magnetic field. You can observe the animation point of view. What is the equivalent rotating magnetic field? You can observe the that is the point of the we can take the changes of the speed is we can change the speed. Okay, synchronous speed you can rotate the magnetic field point of view. You can observe the zero angle. Okay, every 15 degrees you can change this. Then I'm take the uh, angle is equal to 15 degrees. Every 15 degrees that is equal to 0, 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees. Okay, and so on. We can rotate. What is the rotating magnetic field? We can put this. See, the name is the magnetic field is produced in the stator. It is rotated. Okay, see the rotating point of view. Okay, so that point of view, the current is there in phase R, the current is there in the phase B, phase Y, the current is there in phase B. Okay, the voltages are the based on the voltage equations. I am told the corresponding the current also it is the phase difference of the 120 degrees. Okay, the corresponding what is the magnetic field produced in the R phase, it is called phi 1. What is the magnetic field is in the Y phase, it is called phi 2. What is the magnetic field produced in the phi B phase, that is equal to phi 3. So that is the we can observe the what is the point of the red indicates the what is the flux produced in the red color indicate the what is the flux produced in the R phase, and Y color indicate the what is the magnetic field produced in the Y phase. Okay, and what is the magnetic field produced in the B phase, we can represent the blue color. Okay, the entire phase R and phase B and phase Y. Okay, it produces the resultant magnetic field. It is equal to phi r. Is the same the entire of the 360 degrees. Entire 360. It is the same. It is the same. Okay, so that point of view, at any position of the rotor and at position of the stator, the magnetic field produced in the stator is the constant. It is the constant that equal to phi r. It is equal to the 1.5 times of the phi maximum. It is the part of the phi maximum. That is the you can observe the what is the animation of the rotating magnetic field produced in the stator winding when it given the three-phase AC power supply is given. That is the rotating magnetic field. So what is the principle of the rotating? I am also explain the what is the principle when I given the stator supply voltage. Okay, that is the current is there in the stator winding. It produces the magnetic field. It touch with the rotor conductors in the stationary part. It produces the rotor. It contains the EMF. Okay, it produces the magnetic field. It is opposite the synchronous speed. Then rotor is the rotation. It is the rotation is the rotation. It is the speed of the as per speed n. Okay, that is not for induction motor speed point of view. That is the point. That is. Thank you for giving opportunity. Thank you to one and all.